Arashi, Prince of the Sky. Chapter 15. Lethal Weapon. Oh snap! Hey Shara, you alright? Look, it's Cody. What's he doing down here? They parked the SUV somewhere in Chinatown. He thought they were going to go to this hidden base outside the city, but to see Cody again so soon was more than just another strange coincidence.
I told you.
He placed her on his shoulder and walked over towards him. Cody stood up and looked even worse than he did before. This was not his day.
Ari, hey, I didn't expect to see you so soon again. I mean, I hoped I would, but, hey again.
He was nervous. Arashi sensed that something else was wrong. Are you okay? You look like you've seen a ghost or something, he said using his sign language.
Oh yeah, I'm good. I just really need to sleep, and I've been up all night, and well, to be honest,
Hey, Ari, who's this kid, huh? This your friend? Hey kid, he your friend? Shamari said, sounding like a mobster. Arashi gave Shamari a dirty look. Cody looked to Ari, then back at Shamari, confused.
Well, we just met this morning. My name is Cody Shay.
Cody said, holding out his hand. Shamari looked at it, then tilted his sunglasses down. Cody Shay? The hell type of name is that? Yo mama, a crackhead or something? Shamari said, then grabbing Cody's hand and pulling him in tight. Nah, I'm kidding. It's a cool name, bro. Yeah. What you doing around here, homie? Up to something? Dope dealing, stealing, hooking? I don't judge. Arashi punched Shamari in the ribs and pushed him away. Ow! Little bro, that hurt, man. I'm sorry. Ignore him. He was born with brain cells missing. Arashi signed to him. Then, Nanabe walked over and introduced herself.
Hi, hun. Please excuse my brother. He was just playing with you. I'm Nanabe, and that human mosquito bite is Shamari. We're Ari's siblings. Oh, that's Frank and Martin.
He shook her hand. He smiled nervously back at her as she pointed to the guys who were unbothered smoking a cigarette by the SUV. Hey, bro. Meant to say, you smell like boo-boo, too. No offense, Shamari called out obnoxiously as Arashi walked over and jabbed him in the stomach again. Ow! What? He does! Shamari grabs Arashi in a headlock, and Ishara flies away to safety.
Boys are so dumb.
Stop being a dick for 5 seconds. We're literally surrounded by garbage. The city is a dump, and that's why... How did you say you two met again?
Nanabe was trying to be polite, but her senses told her to get more information out of him.
Oh, well, I was just telling your brother we just met this morning. I work with Nagu at the newsstand on 72nd and Park Ave.
Ah, interesting. A chance encounter. I love those. Where you headed?
I was just chilling. Didn't have anywhere to be, so just chilling.
He lied, not willing to give her any more than that. What was he supposed to say? That he was just swallowed up into a wormhole of hell and randomly left by a maniac demon? They would lock him up for sure. More so than that, if he told them, fear would surely see it as a betrayal and trap him in the sunken place again. He had to be smart about his next moves.
Oh, okay. Well, it was nice to meet you, Cody Shay. Love the name, by the way. Well, come on, boys,
she said, smiling and walking past him into the alley. Arashi pushed his brother off of him and walked back over to Cody, but Shamari wasn't done. Hey, little dude, all jokes aside, you have the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen. Ari, you see this dude's eyes? He skipped away when Arashi started to come after him again. Cody just shook his head and smiled, embarrassed. He waited until they walked past.
Your brother's a trip.
Yeah, he's the most annoying person you will ever know. Anyway, are you sure you're okay? Cody smiled at him with a sadness in his eyes. Ari could feel his anguish. He wondered if this was the result of his heart chakra being opened. They stood for a moment more, and then Cody spoke.
Look, Ari, there's something I have to tell you.
His heart was racing. He didn't know what he was about to say. Then he had an idea. Arashi just stood, patiently waiting for him to finish.
What is going on with him?
I don't know, but I have a strange feeling. Cody was exasperated and looked up to the sky. He looked deeply into Arashi's eyes, then began speaking again. But he was using sign language to say something else at the same time.
I really like you, and I want to get to know you. You're in danger, and I don't want to see you hurt.
Arashi's eyes widened. His mind started racing. He was giving him a message. What? What is he talking about? What does he mean by danger? Is he talking about fear? What does he know? How does he know? Arashi's thoughts suddenly went into high alert mode. Cody was clearly trying to be low-key about being watched. Damn!
Oh, what? That he likes you? It's cute. I thought that's what you wanted.
What? No, come on. Really? It's not that. He just told me, ow! Suddenly, his wrist started burning again. The throbbing was not like before, but it was still enough for him to lose his concentration. Cody was also reeling back as well. The burning and stabbing in his stomach was returning as well.
Oh, I think I messed up.
Cody thought to himself. They looked at one another in shock as they mirrored each other's pain. Then, they heard Nanabe screaming, and they turned towards the alley. Oh, hell no, Shamari said, as they were backing up towards them. Then they saw it. A bubbling blob of dark matter forming on the wall where Cody had accidentally killed that rat. It oozed off the wall and grew in size until it reached about 20 feet high. Its form solidified into an even bigger giant rat. It was dripping sickness with matted gray hair, bloody fur, and oozing black oil from its bright glowing red eyes. It was pure horror.
Get behind me!
Cody yelled, stepping in front of Arashi. He looked at him like he was crazy. However, his bravery was noted. Shamari pulled out his double pistols and began shooting at the beast. The bullets went right into the body of the giant rat, but had no effect. The beast began to charge towards them.
Get down!
Nanabe raised her hands over her head, and a shockwave of purple energy exploded from her hands. Everyone ducked just in time. The wave shook the nearby buildings and collided with the rat. It was thrown backward and landed on its end, but quickly got to its feet. It let out a horrible screech, and its fur raised up on its body and formed into spikes that were like pins and needles, and it began shooting them from its body. The barrage came hurtling towards them when Martin, who had still not said a word, stepped up and extended his hands forward. The needles hit an invisible barrier just inches from where they stood. Arashi and Cody looked on in awe.
Who the hell are these people?
The rat let out another screech and began to climb the walls. It hopped back and forth in between the alley walls, climbing higher and higher until it jumped forward again, lurching at them from above. Then, without thinking, Cody summoned his strength and stepped up in front of everyone. He raised his hands and with his newfound powers, caught the rat in midair. Oh snap! Come through, Neo! Shamari yelled. Arashi, dumbstruck at Cody's sudden reveal of power, walked up behind him. Cody held the creature in midair, then with a heave, smashed the creature up against the side of the walls, left and then right, and then over again and again, until he brought his hands down and hurled the creature to the ground. But it wasn't enough to kill it. Seconds later, it was back on its feet, snarling and bloody. Arashi tapped Cody on the shoulder, who was breathing very heavily. He used up a lot of energy, but Arashi had an idea. He motioned for Cody to send the creature up. Cody nodded and summoned the last of his strength to hurl the creature into the sky. Fly, Ishara! It's my turn!
Careful, brother! Don't do too much!
Ishara warned, flying off into the sky. But with a gust of wind, he had already jumped 30 feet into the air. Eyes glowing, he summoned the power of the lightning from the sky. In seconds, the sky darkened and sparks danced in the clouds. Then, with a silent scream, holding his hands forward, a giant bolt of lightning came rocketing down, igniting the creature in electricity until it exploded into dust. The vibration of thunder smashed the windows of the buildings and nearby cars to pieces. Cody covered his ears and was in awe. He was speechless about what he just witnessed. This kid was a god. Arashi lands lightly on his feet as the dust started to settle. Everyone stared at him with their hands over their ears. He looked around at the destruction he had caused and noticed that every car alarm within a 3-block radius was going off, not to mention the crowd of people that stopped to watch from the street. He mouthed the word sorry and smiled nervously. Woohoo! Way to go, team! That was freaking awesome! And of course, our ace in the hole, Arashi, takes it home for the win. You get it, game. Pew, pew, pew. Shamari says, picking up Ari in a bear hug and spinning him around.
Interesting. What an unexpected treat. Followed by unexpected help from an unexpected ally.
Frank says coldly, looking at Cody, who had dropped one knee, still panting from the energy he had just used up. He was dizzy.
I couldn't sense his spirit energy until just now. Could you?
I did, but I wasn't sure. It was faint.
Nanabe was tapping her ears to make sure she didn't lose her hearing.
Hey, Cody, that was incredible. Are you okay?
She asked, placing her hand on his shoulder. He nodded his head, but he felt like he was gonna be sick.
I've never done that before.
He was trying to control his breathing. Arashi broke away from Shamari and knelt down next to Cody. He looked at him, staring deep into his eyes, remembering the warning he just gave him before the attack. He's coming with us, Arashi signed to Nanabe. It wasn't up for debate, and she knew it.
That's fine. I was going to say the same.
Then, without warning, Cody falls forward into Arashi's arms. He caught him and lays him down gently on his lap as Cody passes out from the stress of his body.
Figures. Telekinesis for the human mind and body require a massive amount of energy. Your friend is aberrant, to say the least.
Come on, we have to get him inside.
Ishara watches from the lamppost above, anxious, for she did not see this in their future, and worried what would come of this new piece in the game. End of chapter 15.